Do you have an LLC and you're just trying to find ways to get an EIN only business credit card? So if that's really the kind of conundrum you are facing right now, I have the answer for you. Really have the answer for you, and I really want you to watch till the end so you have the clear steps you need to follow. Okay. Welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here, and we enjoy having this kind of conversation every now and then. And so here are the steps I want you to follow right now. So the thing is, if you're trying to open an LLC, EIN only business credit card, everything starts with what we call legitimacy. I don't care if you're located in Georgia, you're in New York, or California, or Illinois, or Idaho, and whatnot. You need to maintain a legitimate LLC. You have to understand, when we talk about LLC, we're speaking about a business structure that is actually formed and organized at the state level. There is no federal involvement here. I mean, the IRS or any like DOJ is not really paying attention to your LLC. Your state authorities will have to legitimize your LLC. Okay, so this is important because the business credit card issuer with whom you are going to apply, they will verify your LLC status. Okay, so when we talk about LLC status, they will make sure that you indeed have an LLC and not anything else, like you don't have an S corporation or C corporation or LP, that you indeed have an LLC, because we're speaking about an LLC EIN card that you were applying for. Okay, and basically, so they will run searches. And when they run searches, they will see things like the exact name of your LLC, the date of formation or registration, the registered agent's name. They might contact your registered agent, okay, and they will see the registered agent's offices, okay, and so it's also important for you to maintain a certificate of good standing. Now, you might be thinking those things are like, it's kind of boring, whatever. But hey, listen, they constitute the foundation of legitimacy when it comes to your LLC. If you actually ignore those steps, you're never going to have a business credit card using EIN only. Never, never. So you need to have your EIN also. You need to have a certificate of good standing. You need to have you need to be able to verify yourself even before you apply for this business credit card. Try to verify your LLC status. Okay, go into your state database. I mean, every state has an archive a database whereby you can check the status of an LLC, LP, C corporation, all companies formed in the state. The second thing I want you to do here is the paperwork. Paperwork is really important, boss. And when we talk about paperwork, we're speaking about making sure that you have three to six things that really will help you get the EINOnly LLC business credit card. Okay, so first you need to prepare financial statements for the LLC. So your LLC must have the proper financial statements. So you need to have your LLC income statements, your LLC balance sheet, your LLC statement of cash flows, your LLC statement of owner's equity. So this quartet of financial statements is going to be the cornerstone of your strategy in terms of convincing the business credit card issuer that your LLC is ultimately well run and also profitable. You need to have an LLC business plan. Okay, you need to write a little bit about your business. I mean, nowadays the economy is going down. People are kind of crazy. People are going crazy. Banks are filing for bankruptcy. The stock market is going down. The LLC lender the LLC business credit card issuer wants to make sure that you are in a sector that is really booming, or that you are in a sector that is maintaining. You're not in a sector that is actually declining. Okay, you need to actually also have your LLC operating agreement. Again, we're going back to what I said earlier about legitimizing your business, right? You have to make sure that you are legitimizing your business. So make sure you have your LLC operating agreements. By the way, boss, just want to quickly remind you of today's topic. What are we talking about? We're speaking about LLC EIN only business credit card, and I'm sharing with you a few tips here and there, a few hacks for you to actually boost your chances of getting the card that you need. And the business credit card issuer will also want you to have bank references. They will ask you for your bank references, so make sure that you don't have any derogatory items in your checking history. Like you don't have a check system record, you don't have an an early warning systems record. You don't have a telecheck system. Those are really important. And you also want to see, you want to maintain a good relationship with net 30 vendors, if any. Okay, this is really important. And also you need to think about your LLC business credit score, if any. So this is where you have to contact Dun & Bradstreet. You have to contact Equifax. You have to contact Experian, just to make sure that your LLC, as the name, like with the proper name, does have a record in their systems, and that the credit score of your LLC is not really that low. For example, if it's Dun & Bradstreet, you want to make sure that it is above 80. Now, let me talk to you about the strategy I really want you to have. So if you are trying to get if you want to have an LLC EIN only business credit card, there are a few things you can do. Okay. First, you can apply for a credit card with a store or a small bank. See, the thing is, sometimes if you go to a store and you tend to buy from the store more often, they know you personally, so they are more likely to actually to grant you this EIN only business credit card. Okay. Now, the only thing is, those store cards, they are closed loop business cards, so you can't use them in another store. For example, if you get a Costco, if you get an EIN only business credit card from Costco, you can only use it at Costco. Okay. And I mean, most of the time there are instances where you can use it elsewhere, but you actually have a better rewards if you use it at Costco. So that's number one. Number two, you can try to apply at a large national bank where you have built a multi-year relationship. Those are things that we really believe. We have actually explained how to do this. And if you want to apply for an EIN only business credit card for your LLC, you can do this at a branch, but don't do it online. There is no, like, if you do it online, the business credit card platform that most big banks have is not set up in a way that allows you to apply for an EIN only LLC business credit card. That's why you have to do this at a branch. Okay. And you can also try to negotiate a waiver with a credit card issuer. You can see, listen, based on my situation, I think I can qualify for a waiver. This is a possibility. This is totally possible. It happens all the time. Okay. And you can also try to get a true no personal guarantee business credit card. You have a constellation of them, from Brex to DV. You have a Ramp, for example. You also have Stripe. So the thing here is that for those players, they actually there are no PG, like the true EIN only business credit card. The only thing is that they actually, to maintain, they have some stringent liquidity requirements. So they will want your LLC to maintain like 25 grand or 50 grand, $1,000 as a monthly balance, and that it should be always there. And also, or they will want you to connect their system, like your accounting software, your LLC accounting software, to their system, so they can monitor your liquidity, cash inflow, and cash outflows in real time. You can also try to get a corporate card. Okay, corporate card also is something you can actually think about. So again, it's really, so you have a lot of choices. Now, I really want to dig a little deeper here. I know that I just spoke about them, but I just want to dig a little deeper here. So you need to think about what we call target cards. Those are not the cards from Target, the store. No, you need to target a few cards that will really help you. So if you are looking for LLC EIN only business credit cards, you can try the big banks. I've said that. You can try to go to Chase. We have an entire formula for success to make that happen. You can go to Wells Fargo. You can go to Fifth Third. You can go to US Bank. You can go to PNC, TD. You can go to BMO Harris. You can go to Wells Fargo and whatnot. There is a formula for that. If you're telling us, hey, this is just too complicated, I don't have time for this. Okay. There are some target cards. I just mentioned them. The Ramp. You have Ramp, DV, Brex. You have those cards allow you to have like true EIN only business credit cards. By the way, I just want to quickly remind you of today's topic so we can contextualize the convo we're having here. So I'm giving you 7 tips, 7 hacks when it comes to getting an LLC EIN only business credit card. Okay. Now, my thing here is that when we talk about Ramp, DV, and the Brex and Stripe, now those cards are really great. The only thing is that you need to understand. So they do offer you rewards, right? But they have stringent liquidity requirements. The thing is that, for example, if we take Brex want you to have $25,000 to $50,000. You have to maintain that at all times in a bank account. And if you don't, basically they will actually cut. They will reduce your business credit limits. Okay, it's one of those things you have to be comfortable with. Like, is your LLC spending a lot in terms of office supplies or transportation, like on gas, for example? Okay, so you need to identify the fields where your LLC is spending the most. Okay, and your LLC also needs to. You have to make sure that your LLC spending patterns are in sync with the card's features that you want to get. Like, let's say Brex does have a flurry of benefits in certain areas, including discounts on more than 300 or 400 partnerships that they have actually negotiated. And so it's something you need to think about. The same thing for Divi. Divi does the same thing, and you have a Brex and Stripe. In addition, you have other cards. You have cards like the Sam's Clubs. Okay, Sam's Club again is the same thing. So if you get a Sam's Club, this is a closed loop card, so you can only spend it at Sam's Club. Okay, but if you are if you love to do your shopping at Sam's Club and Walmart, this could be a great opportunity for you. Okay, you also have the Shell Fleet Plus card and Shell Fleet Navigator card. Okay, so those are small business gas credit cards that are available without a personal guarantee. You also have the Speedway Super Fleet Mastercard. So what am I trying to say here? You have possibilities. You have possibilities. Now, you need to think about a backup plan. Having a backup plan is really important. It's going to help you a lot, and it's going to give you the opportunity to think about getting other sources of financing. Okay. So for your LLC, you can get an EIN only business credit card. Not a problem. Not a problem. I want to insist on that. Because I don't want, like, sometimes you have some jokesters saying, yeah, it's impossible to apply for an EIN only business credit card, blah, 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 blah. It is possible. We do it all the time, day in, day out. We do it for our own selves, for new LLCs that we set up ourselves. We do it for LLCs that clients have brought to us. So it's totally possible. Having said that, if you have tried everything, it's not working, think about getting other sources of financing. Think about bank loans. Think about SBA loans. Okay. Think about online term loans. Think about business lines of credit. Think about equipment financing. Think about other business credit cards, like regular business credit cards, which allow you to have PG, or which require you to have PG. Think about equipment financing. Think about merchant cash advances. Think about getting funds from angel investors. Maybe in your industry is booming so much that people called angel investors are interested in actually financing your company. Think about VC firms, venture capital firms, mezzanine financing. You can also reach out to family and friends, or you can try crowdfunding. You can try your own savings, or you can try also seeking grants and competitions. So, what is the point? What point am I trying to make here? I'm trying to say that getting an LLC EIN only business credit card is an important element, and it is a good initiative. Okay, it is a noteworthy initiative. However, if something happens for some reason, again, maybe because of you're not applying the proper, you don't apply the right way, or maybe you don't find the right lender, try to go for those other sources of financing. Because the bottom line is, you have a business to run. You have an LLC to run. You have an LLC to grow. You have an LLC to scale. Okay, so you can't really spend time on those distractions, so to speak, quote unquote distractions. So my point here is that the backup plan that you have will help you actually navigate this liquidity situation and try to actually find other sources to get cash to run your business. Now, let me give you a few considerations that you need to think about. Because having an LLC business line of credit, not business line of credit, an LLC business credit card with EIN only, it's something that you can actually do, but there are a few things you need to think about. So why should your LLC try to get a business credit card using EIN only in the first place? Well, it's just because you are trying to cover your ass. You are trying to make sure that if something were to happen to you, like push come to shove, you are able to actually protect your personal assets. You are able to divorce your personal assets from your business's assets. That's number one. Number two, maybe because you have bad credit, right? And you don't want the business credit card issuer to check your credit score, your personal credit score. Maybe your FICO score is in the basement here. It's in the FICO basement. So you really don't want them to touch that. You don't want to look at that. So this could be another possibility. Or you're just trying to build your business credit. Like you're trying to improve your business credit. So here is another opportunity where you would want to have an EIN only business credit card for your LLC. Okay. Now, the question is, should you accept the personal guarantee? The answer is no. If you are running an LLC, again, you have to try to protect yourself. But if you have no choice, that's the thing. See, the thing is, if you have no choice, if you have no other choice, you have tried everything. Okay, it hasn't worked. You have tried to get, it doesn't work. Then you have to accept a personal guarantee, because that's maybe now the only way where you can actually get into the system and build your credit, or have access to a plastic that can help you get on with your expenses. So those are important elements to think about. And again, depending on where you live, depending on when you live in the country, those considerations might be more acute than in other places. So it's all about the sources of liquidity you have access to. But it's not just about the liquidity in terms of cash, open cash, but also in terms of lines of credit, in terms of your authorized users. If you are maybe currently the authorized user on a primary cardholder's card to speak with. So those are important elements that you need to think about. Now let's quickly have a conversation about the risks. You need to understand, when we have an EIN only business credit card for your LLC, you basically have two ways to look at it. Either you are approved or you are rejected. Now, if you are approved, what happens if you default on the business credit card? Well, it means that you are basically unraveling everything you have built so far. So if you actually default, what's going to happen here is that the credit card issuer will report your data to business credit reporting agencies, but also personal credit reporting agencies. So your credit score will be affected twice. Okay, this is really, so you don't want to do that. I mean, this is a big thing that a lot of small business owners don't pay attention to, but it is a big thing, and please take it seriously. Okay, and never fall behind on payments, okay? And you know that having an EIN is going to help you, but the EIN is only strong if the business supporting that EIN is strong. Don't believe that the IRS or the government or whatever will help you. So if you are thinking about getting into a loan, like better be in a situation where you can spend money, ask yourself if you can afford that, if your business can afford that, because this is what's going to determine whether or not you actually make money in the long run. Okay, so credit card. Boss, let me ask you a question. What are your credit card needs? What are your LLC credit card needs? And how many employees do you have? And how much do you think about having in terms of your preferred credit limits? Those are questions you need to have clear answers to before you even contact the lender, because it's going to make your life a lot easier. Okay, so it's important. Another thing, money. What is your financial situation right now? What is your LLC liquidity situation? Because you're looking for an EIN only business credit card. But my question to you is, are you financially secure? Are you financially stable, or are you currently struggling? Because this will also impact your ability to be approved for an EIN only business credit card for your LLC. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let me just quickly do a recap here. So in today's conversation, I actually talked to you about LLC, EIN only business credit cards, and I gave you 7 sure tips that will help you actually get your credit card real fast. Okay. Number 1, think about legitimacy. Number 2, the paperwork. Number 3, the strategy. Number 4, card targeting. Number 5, backup plan. Number 6, consideration. And number 7, risks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.